Okay, so we're going to have a little chat with my co-host Reuben, right? So, Reuben, very exciting. I saw photos of you and the Prince of Wales.
Man,
and with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, man. I made the big boys, man.
That's very interesting, and
man.
It's actually an honor to meet these people.
Yeah,
these
man.
are one of the most prestigious people on earth.
Yeah, man.
The Prince of Wales. As we are all aware, he's supposed to be the
upcoming king.
Okay.
Of Canada.
So
man.
That's good. What was it like? How did you get connected to attending this? Because I'm sure just mostly high-profile personalities were invited.
Yeah, likely enough. Again, some connections, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like some folks from the government reach out to like organizations in the community.
Yeah.
Try to get some people who are doing some things in the community to attend.
Yeah.
And luckily enough, I was recommended by Refugee Section 3.
Amazing.
Louisa from Refugee Section 3, man, got me recommended, and I then had a chance to go to the reception, man.
I mean,
May 18th.
You're doing amazing things in the community, in different ways through different projects. You're running, and as well with all the other works. Yeah, so I think it was actually merited for you to be there. So that's an honor to know that. Yeah. So what was the research? What day was it again?
It was May 18th.
Amazing.
Yesterday, man.
Yesterday.
I still remember it as if it's today.
Oh yeah, I saw the photo, the light, everything was very bright. And
man.
You seemed very happy for the photos.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What was it like? The reception.
The Highness Prince of Wales is a very casual guy.
Easy person.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of the visit in the first place?
Oh yeah, so he came because of the Jubilee celebration of the Queen.
Yeah.
And because the Queen.
How many Jubilee?
I think 70 years of service.
70
years, man.
The Queen.
I think it's like 10 years older than my mother.
Oh yeah, that's just service alone.
Yeah, man. And I think just to put it in context, it's 70 years of service.
Yeah.
She has seen over, I think, 14 US presidents.
Yeah.
Like 14 US presidents, and I think 14 UK prime ministers.
Wow. Well, guess what? She has seen just one Cameroonian president. There you go. Because we still have one after 40. So.
Yeah, and a bunch of world leaders.
Yeah.
So she's seen it all, man.
Wow.
And
really
I can it's arguably she's still the most liked person in the history of the world, man.
Wow. Yeah.
People still looking up to her. There's something in Canada, right?
Yeah.
We still
most of the English colonies were colonized under her. And most of the English currencies are printed on.
Yeah, like and of course, like Canada has a very special connection with England.
Yeah,
given the long history and even almost all our currencies.
Everything.
Like the Queen. How much is the Queen is there? Man.
Yeah, I think Canada is still a sub-colony somehow.
Yeah. No, I see it as a long history. I don't know if you've been to Newfoundland. Or Prince Edward Island. Mm-hmm. Like you'll feel the England or the Queen texture there. Mm-hmm. I've gone there a number of times and.
That's great. So I want to know at the event, was the Queen present herself?
No, because of the Queen's. I think because of the Queen's age and stuff. So she sent my good buddy. Now I call him my good buddy.
Your good buddy, Prince Charles.
He's the Highness Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales,
Charles and his wife.
Yeah.
And so he came to Canada from the 17th.
Yeah.
And I think he's up to today, then leaving tomorrow.
Wow.
And so the 17th he was in New Prince Edward Island, those areas.
Yeah.
Then he came to Ottawa. I think he was all day he was in Bywood Market. Just talking to people and meeting people. He's a very fun guy.
He was a very down to.
Yeah.
Most people who have gotten to meet the Prince Charles has said that. It's really down to earth. Really gets to know people. And himself, he's been very active in service.
Oh yeah, he has very fine thing. He has charities in the country.
Yeah,
that are pretty much like under his office, but like he was not even a king, right? Like he was, of course, like in the royal family.
Yeah,
but he has charities that are operating under him here.
Yeah,
and I just discovered the thing when I was talking to some people there, and wow. So that event was amazing, man.
Yeah. Who else? That's very interesting. Who else was in this event that you got to meet?
Yeah, so I was privileged enough to attend the reception event. And in the reception event, it was mostly politicians and a few community leaders and things like that.
Yeah.
And I got, so we were all like divided on tables.
Okay.
And on my table, I think it was the house, His Excellency Anthony and his wife and a former Olympic, plus these other two guys and myself.
Wow.
And the entire room was full of politicians and these big guys.
That's
and we spent like we meet there at 6:15, and we knew like we had to wait for an hour. So all that 1 hour I was like talking to people. And I was lucky enough to meet Prime Minister for the first time.
Oh, Justin Trudeau.
Mr. His Excellency Justin Trudeau.
That's interesting though.
Yeah,
so what was it like? Did you get a chance to talk with him?
Yeah, my.
Oh, wow. What was it like having a conversation with the Prime Minister?
Yeah, with the top guy. We spent some minutes, like 2 to 5 minutes talking.
Yeah.
And my first sentence was being a newcomer and a former refugee, you inspires me, man.
Yeah.
And he brought his hand, like with those big people, you have to wait for him to like bring his hand to shake you.
Yeah.
So he brought his hand and I shook him and like, nice to hear that, man. Mm-hmm. When did you came to Canada? I was like, I came in 2017.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's amazing. And what do you do now? Then start chatting, like I work with social planning council, whatever. But we also like do these ABCD things in the community, like community development and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's good job, man. Good job, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
This country need people that take care of other people in the community, things like that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And, how was your emotion? How were you emotionally feeling when you had this encounter? I'm sure your heart was just melting inside.
That was my first time meeting a head of a state.
Oh wow!
I'm not meeting him, shaking hands with the head of state,
and having a 5-minute conversation.
Holy dear, man!
With this guy, that's amazing.
Dear,
that's an honor for you.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I feel my I haven't washed this hand from yesterday.
You haven't washed your hand. Yeah, I guess you got to shake the like so many.
Yeah,
people.
Man. Yeah. Then after like an hour or something, like just eating some snacks and talking to some people.
Yeah.
Then His Highness, Royal Highness came in.
Yeah.
And we just feel the mood there, man.
So what was it like when he came in?
He was moving like from a table to the next, like talking to people there. Okay. And because most of them are politicians, and before he came in, we had this, like his guys came in and were like,
check.
When he's coming, you have 15 to 20 minutes. Because he has to like keep moving.
Yeah.
And sitting there, I'm like 15 to 20, not minutes, seconds.
15 to 20 seconds.
Seconds to talk to him. I'm like, holy crap. 15 to 10 seconds.
If you tell him your name, it's not even enough.
And not even that, like my last name alone is like 35 seconds.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Then I start thinking, even if I'm to tell you my last name, woman, how the chances of remembering?
Even remember.
You've moved across Canada. You've met a lot of people, and the chances of him remembering Reuben Mulinda Nashali,
it's
0.00007%.
Yeah. So at that point, what did you think you would do with your 15 seconds of fame? I'll call it your 15 seconds of fame. Yeah.
So I'm coming, and the first thing that rolling to my mind, how can I make him stay here for a little bit longer?
How can you maximize it?
Yeah, that opportunity, even him staying there and sometimes, right? Yeah. So like, hi, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, I think my mother will not forgive me if I I go back home without a picture.
Amazing.
Then it's like, oh, and then it's like, where's your father? Oh, even before you got there, before you came, you were told you should not take any picture.
Like
within the whatever, like we have journalists and blah blah that are taking pictures. Then I was like, okay, so how will I get the picture? They're like, you'll see it on. I'm like, I put my own picture, man. So when he came, I'm like, my mother would never forgive me if I go home without a picture. And he laughed. He's like, oh, let me save a life here.
Oh wow.
That's what he said. Wow. Let me save a life here. Where's your phone then? It's a very thick British accent.
I mean, he's British to the core.
Where's the phone then? Then I removed my phone and gave to the person who was sitting next to me. And
at that point, how were you feeling, like, emotionally?
Holy crap! This is a prince, man. This is a prince, and maybe to put it in context, man, this is the next king of this land. And I was like, you know what? I think I better have a picture here that I will be telling my grandchildren I once meet a king.
That's amazing. That's really good. I would like to know what was your take of the night or something? What would you say that you took from that night meeting with this great personality?
It was amazing, man. It was amazing, and it got and not just meeting the guys, but just being part there,
networking,
and having people talk to and things like that. It really opened up my eyes, and like being I always say, I think in the future I'll find myself in politics, but it's knowing how to start. And that's the time I like sitting with talking with the Prime Minister and the Speaker of the House, and that's what I was pretty much eager to hear. Like how do you even start, man? And Prime Minister was telling me like how he was a teacher and he just got into politics. He found himself in politics and things like that. And the House, like the Speaker, he pretty much had a journey, like he was in Afghanistan and other things.
So you got to speak with the Speaker of the House. That's amazing.
And these guys are living life.
That's really good. That's really good. I think with all your work you've done in the community and everything we're still doing, I think this is just a start.
Well, I'm hoping
great things to come, and probably meet lots of more amazing personalities and using the networks to better build the community.
And that's the point, right? I know it was an opportunity in a lifetime.
you maximize the 15 seconds of
I think it stayed on our table for over nearly to a minute.
Oh, amazing.
Because like of those jokes,
with the photo
he kept giving some jokes. He's a very funny guy. And he kept giving some jokes and things like that. How the picture there with the angle good. You have to do it again.
What was your benefit? What would you say is something you benefited from this encounter
with me? Just being there in that environment alone, man, was a life-changing.
It's a life-changing experience.
I know it only comes once, huh?
I mean, I can see you're putting on a suit today.
I'm not removing this suit.
So you definitely changed your life. I've never seen you in the suit before. So this is great stuff, bro.
You remember what Bolu said the other time, right? You gotta dress how you want to get dressed.
You gotta dress the way you dress is how you are dressed.
Man.
That's amazing, bro. Good one. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Hopefully, with all the networks and everything you've experienced on that, we'll see the outcome in the community.
Absolutely, man.
That's great, bro. That's been a very interesting conversation with my co-host, Reuben Nashali. And if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, on Apple Music, or whatever platform you're streaming on, please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. And
thank you so much, man. Keep supporting, and of course, see you next time.
Thank you. Next time. Bye.